Hey guys, it's been a while. Oh goodness gracious, it's been a longer while than I expected to get the urge to sit down and record again. And that already kind of leads into what's been going on with me. But first off, the reason why we're in Sims 4 is the reason why I actually am recording today. Because I actually got the urge to show off a build I did yesterday, and I was actually pretty proud of it. I'm currently having a sort of a legacy playthrough going on here with the family and stuff, and one of the kids accidentally turned out to be a wolf, because the wife, well, she had a fun time with a werewolf. And it was yelled about over the epics werewolf in the game. Now I cannot remember what he's called. He's called Christopher. Yeah, that's true. She had a fun time with Christopher and ended up with 3 wolf children. So oopsie doopsie. So basically, I realized I had 1 mod on. And, well, let's just say it ended up with 3 wolf kids. Anyway, and because I'm kind of playing a legacy let's play, I wanted to make like a wolf-type manor where there is a personal chapel and a mausoleum. It sounds a little dark, but I have an affection to all the Sims I have, because you have played them for hours before they pass away, so I always kinda have a little space for them to be on the plot. So I always have a little personal family chapel and a little funeral place or mausoleum in the underground. You can also basically see it at the house. There's a little tiny thing there, just a little thing. And that has become not filled, but a little problematic in its design because it's such a small plot. So I went out and about while being sick, actually, because I'm currently ill, which is also one of the reasons why I haven't been around physically on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, which is quite common. But yeah, let's go into Problems Patch, where I actually made that manor, basically. It's not there because with the new updates that's been to the games and stuff, people are just moving in and out of plots. You can tell them not to, but they still freaking do. So I decided to not put down the house until the family can afford it. Smart me, because no one moves in on an empty plot, I have also discovered, so that was the way I decided to go about it. So let's go in and build. And then I have to put down the manor house, which I have. Let's see, we're just gonna adjust this. But basically, I haven't been around physically or recording wise on YouTube since August year. No, why are you running away? Don't do that. And there might actually have been a pause there. I had a coughing incident. My lungs are not great, and they haven't been for a while. Anyway, but that's prior to August, or that's post-August time, so not prior, post. My last kind of update was that Boris had to get a CT scan. It showed something, but probably livable. He's still alive, he's still well, but there was a long time where he had to be on antibiotics and stuff like that, because it was worrisome. He's on extra observation 2 times a year now, just to see if there's any development in it. And the reason why... the cough made my voice crack. Great. And the reason why I talk about that now, and saying he's well, he's fine, he's gonna turn 15 this year, Jesus, is because that was what I ended up on, and people have actually asked how he's doing, and he is doing better. He's still sneezing, he's still sometimes going and worrying me a bit, but that can also be an age thing, basically, and that's also what the doctors have told me. He's 15, stuff is gonna happen, wherever we like it or not. We're just gonna check him 2 times a year, see if it's okay. That's it. And well, shame. The shame builds. No, not really. I've just been watching a lot of Kelsey's playthroughs. I'm going like, oh, if I could find her gallery thing, I would like to see what kind of characters she made. And also, I've been watching Hunger Games. Oh dear. My shame. Well, basically the manor I made was this one. And I also wanted to show it a bit off, even though I can see there's a lot of packages used in this. But no CCs and no cheats and stuff, because I easily get frustrated if you have a home made by other lovely simmers. It has such a nice design, and then you accidentally misclick on one item and you cannot put it back in place unless you put on the move object cheat again, or codes. I wouldn't say that's a cheat, but it's a code. And then it's just slightly annoying. So I prefer to make houses without that and try and build around it. So let's put down the building. Perfectly furnished. It's not great with the furnishing, but that's when you don't use CCs or anything. You just use whatever the game gave you. But basically I made it on this plot, so it is technically intended for this plot. And as you can see, there is a lot. There is 2, technically 3 levels. Oh dear, there we go. I stole a window. And basically the outside is made as an area where you can have some farming or some plants planted. And I also wanted a free area to do whatever you kind of wanted to do, because sometimes you want a pool, sometimes you want a gardening center basically, or what it's called. Now I have the Danish word in head and I can't remember the English one. Greenhouse! It's called a greenhouse. Thank you, Google. Thank you, phone. You can have a greenhouse. You can also have a little extra outdoor house for music. There's so many options for that. So basically I just wanted a little area on the ground where you basically could do whatever you wanted, or make a little playground if you have kids, if you technically want to make a child challenge or something. And to make the designs a little more woody, I made a lot of trees in the back and tried to make it somewhat pretty up here. As I said before, you can maybe make it more lively if you use the move objects on, but I hate doing that. I just decided not to do that. So that's what it is. So if we go 1 floor down, which is basically just an open room, I don't have a big clock or anything, but I thought it could be fun if there was a big clock, or it's just like a extra window area. If we go down a level, and you can actually, maybe I should make a pair of stairs so you can actually walk up here and maybe use it for looking at the stars and such through a telescope. That could actually be a good idea, but that's something you can add on by yourself if that's something you desire to do. Because as you can see up here, there are plenty of bathrooms that you can revert into an extra closet room, where there can be a pair of stairs, or just a ladder. If you have the, what's it called? I actually think there's a base one. Yeah, you can just get a basic ladder. I was like, oh, didn't you have to have a... No, they actually have a ladder under just the basic game, which is good. Oh no, we don't need that. Nope, there we go. And we can also see the 4 bedrooms, because the family I currently have, there are 4 people. There are 3 kids and 1 matriarch currently. So 4 rooms was needed, so I was making that with that kind of intent. Also, as you can see here, there is rooms, lots of rooms, and I like these kind of manor staircases where it has kind of an open area. You could also just move the the lines a bit so it will be a completely open area, but I like that you can walk around the room. Instead of only just walking to the door, I actually like that you can walk all the way around. And I hope my mouse is visible. I sometimes record without showing the mouse because it can be distracting when you play and when you record and stuff like that. So as you can see here, we have one bathroom here, which I talked about could maybe be made into a depository if you want that, and then you can basically have a staircase here or something like that. And I keep stealing the windows. Stop stealing the windows! Oh dear, I steal the windows all the time. Also, I have 3 rooms up here with corresponding bathrooms. I made them color-coded so I knew which rooms had which bathroom. So you can see the master bedroom had the large bathroom over here because it's the blue room. And then we have the green room and the red room. Now, the reason why I also color-code the rooms is also slightly because I've seen too many historical and not more recent historical documentaries about manor houses in England, and some of those rooms are very much either color-coded or very specifically themed after something, and I found that kind of fun, so that's what it is. Oh, there is one thing I might have done to this build which can maybe become annoying for some, so I will just say it. You can just simply make things smaller and bigger by 2 buttons. On the Nordic keyboard, it's... oh, I wouldn't say it's Nordic. The Danish keyboard! Because I'm pretty sure it will be different in Sweden and Norway. So, it's... you press on this and it becomes bigger if you press on the syllable O, which is a vocal that we have in Danish that we don't have in English, which is not in English. And then just on top of the O, you can press another one and make it smaller. Basically, I think I can maybe take a little picture of it and then I can circle them. Maybe I should be able to do that. That's simple picture edit, so that should not be that bad. Anywho. And then we have the bathrooms corresponding, and I'm only using the things that I actually have. I have some of the kits, and I have all the expansion packs, and I also have all the game packs. Isn't that what they're called? Expansion and game packs? They've changed names so much over the years since Sims 1, which I grew up with, and still has my hearts, but you have to be able to use Dustbox to make that game work again. Content. No, not purchase. Packs. Let's see. Expansion packs and... yeah, expansion packs, game packs, and I have some stuff packs as well. I actually have a lot of them. Oh, it's because I don't have the kits. It's the kits I don't really have a lot of. It's the stuff packs I also have all of. Okay. Sometimes that's really confusing. Especially if they introduce kits, which these minor little bundles of stuff. And I only bought those I found interesting. That was about it. But I'm guessing that everyone kind of does that. They find what they like and then they do it. Then on the bottom layer, ghastly color, but okay. I saw one recent documentary where the room was completely pink. And I think actually I can start with this room then. I will start with this room. Oh, the trees are clipping in. Oh dear. I didn't realize that. Would you like a pine tree with your bath saw? Oh dear. Okay. I'm also sorry if my breathing is kind of in the gutter. Which I can also kind of talk about because after August... I had some family issues developing and... there was just a lot of factors that just played into me just not wanting to sit at my computer for a while. And that escalated into basically having a burnout. I didn't want to sit at a computer, so therefore, obviously, I didn't have the energy or the drive to actually record anything. When we reached the end of November, end November, start December, I got COVID. I avoided it for 2 years, and then it attacked me out of the blue, which is probably common for many. Anyway, after having COVID, my lungs started to acting out in ways they have not done before. My blackouts have become worse, and the ways I get sick or get headaches were different when they were before, and not in a good way. So basically, I've been to health checks. I have in the month of March, I actually had to go to the doctor every Friday for lung checks. So I basically am not great. And last week, I got hit by a virus. So I'm still kind of sick. I'm coughing a lot. I'm staying inside. I'm drinking a lot of tea, hoping to get better quite soon. I'm of course also taking medication that I've been prescribed by my doctor and stuff like that. So basically, I'm just trying to keep myself afloat. And with this little build, I just found myself being so giddy and joyful again that I have not been in a while playing games. So that's why I'm going to continue to show you guys this build that I made, that I'm actually pretty satisfied with. And I think I might also share it on the community thing in the game if people want it to use it. And that's also why I explain why you can use the rooms for anyway if you're doing different types of gameplay, because now we have looked at this ghastly room for a while, and the reason why I say ghastly, I'm not very big fan of pink colors. I like reds. I'm not really a fan of those. I don't know. I think that's childhood trauma from my mom trying to continuously to put me in pink, and I would just scream at it, and I think that followed me into adulthood. I think I can appreciate the color, but it's just not for me. However, in one of the most recent documentaries I saw, I think that was the home of Anne Boleyn, where they were showing off one of the rooms in the house, and I think it was an altered bathroom or something. It was utterly pink from bottom to top with fluff, and I'm going, well, it was kind of a more modernized design, but I'm like, that's pink. That's very pink. Oh, goodness gracious. So that was what I got that inspiration from. I think maybe I can find a little picture from it. But the other thing with this room I planned is if you were making a baby challenge, or that's maybe small for 100 baby challenge or anything, but maybe for a legacy challenge, this can also go from being a guest room, which was with the growing up infant update where you can have guests over. That's why I simplified this with a suitcase. This is the guest room with its own little bathroom and such. It can be altered into a child room where you can bath the toddlers and infants and such, so that would be easy. Now there is this little room here with a closet. That can also be made into an extra storage room or anything else. It was basically a miscellaneous room. I thought, okay, I will put a closet in it, but also put chests in them, because sometimes I like actually to have items. The Sims, you have a lot of maybe DIY parts or something you just want to have stored away and not having the inventory. You can put them in here so they can't dig with them. Or maybe if I actually have custom holidays in my games, so example wise, when Easter comes around, you can put eggs in there and stuff like that. I haven't actually made that many opportunities to hang stuff because I actually wanted to go ham on that. Oh, there was also a very good blur. I'm starting to ramble. I just remembered a documentary about Ham House, which was very interesting as well. Goodness gracious, I'm so historic damage. Sorry. I'm just so happy with doing this. So basically, this is very fun for me. And also when we come to the kitchen here, I also made it possible to have guests over with tea, and I really like the thing from the, what's it called? I always call it Go to Japan expansion, but I think it's, isn't that just, what are they calling it? Snowy Escape, so basically. But it's based on Japan and not the Aspen Mountains. Anyway, I like the kind of soups, the ramens, because I eat a lot of that. And also from the islands, like the kavas. So there's special drinks, you know, when you come to a manor, there are also some fancy stuff. In the Middle Ages, it was like sugar made into things that looked like edible stuff, like bacon and other things. So there's always something special to a party. And I like to decorate stuff so you can actually have things hanging on the wall. So basically old manor houses just have pictures and paintings, and that's something you can do with your characters as well. It's just, if you have a painter sim, just I was about to say buff a lot of paintings up on the wall if you like them. And then you can maybe make aura paintings for different rooms and stuff like that. You can do that. Or go to the islands and find items that you can examine while stewing in the living room here. Which was actually the first room I made, and then I made the manor out from that. Because I wanted a chill welcome to the house room. But I really like this place. I'm patting myself on the back, I know. But when there's something you're really proud of that you make, you'll probably be criticized for it as well, and that's fine. I just wanted to share what I've made, and for once I'm actually really proud of it. And also then we have the living room, which is really dark, but the thing is, the light from a top all the way up goes down to this room, very room. So it has kind of a natural light going all the way down from the staircase and such. So basically that's where it is. And then we have the guest bathroom for those who's just visiting and don't need a bath, then they have to go to the pink bathroom. And then we have the hallways, where I have made it a bit simple, because just as some of the castles and such, they basically had these long corridors where paintings were hanging and maybe staircases were, but without the moving objects part, you can't really hang anything here or anything. But again, if you are into using the moving objects code, you can put a lot of more stuff in, 100%. Then we have a little lounging area, basically. I was thinking about putting a grill or something else you can put here, but I just wanted a little lounging area to start off with, because the wolf I have, the next generation, and he's sound sensitive, and I would provoke his wolfism a lot if there are many sounds. That's also why there's no radios or anything in the house as well, because that would provoke his wolfiness. And that would make it a more wolf manor-like, because I call it Wolfsbane Manor, because Wolfsbane is connected to wolf. It's the same with the lupines, but now I just stuck on Wolfsbane. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that you could put a grill here. You could put a grill in this area as well, maybe a table and stuff. Cozy time with the family. And also, as I said before, I always like to have a private chapel. And I actually like the fact that Sims is very open to different cultures, because I've realized I actually had a Kwanzaa related light, and they also had a Hanukkah related light, which I found pretty cool. I didn't realize that until I built this, so that's really awesome. So basically it's a church setting, because manors and European builds usually had churches because they were Christian. but they had no crosses or anything. So I decided to put these little lights in as well, because you can also make a Kwanzaa holiday. You can also make a Hanukkah kind of celebrations as well. So that's really cool. But yeah, and then just for the sake of it, I put a podium there just to ham it in that it's a chapel. And then we have in the bottom here, we have a oh, my voice is starting to go, so it's good. This is the last part of the room, or the last part of the build. We have a little mausoleum where as I said before, I get very attached to all my Sims, so I want to leave them a bit behind. Example-wise, you have always, like, just with the manors, you have portraits of family members hanging all over, and same with castles. Especially if it's the British ones, because that's the ones I'm watching the most history of at the moment. That you have paintings of relatives and those who have left time behind. Okay, that sounded weird. Those who have passed, and you have only the memories left. And then you can make small pictures here of who they either wed or had children with. And this was just a replacement for the urn. Just to play it safe, you can put the urn in. And then there's this one that also came with the infant update. Basically, I'll just see if I can find it here, because I actually found that that box quite of interesting, because it has a special purpose that I have not tried yet. But it's actually kind of interesting. I'm just gonna find it here because it's actually quite of interesting. There's a little wooden one as well, if you like that. Anyway, where was that one? It was here. Oh yeah, that looks like a... Yeah. How is your most precious knickknacks and memories in ultimate luxury? This truly elegant box is a statement piece that is sure to draw attention, providing the perfect excuse to show off. This box requires an elder sim to designate keepsake box before use. Doing so will allow household sims to change existing family dynamics and place items within its inventory. So basically it's a keepsake box for the character that's also passed behind, which is also a nice little kind of a memory box or time capsule for, or I'm expecting, as I said before, I have not tried using this yet. So I'm suspecting it's kind of like a keepsake box or storage box for memory's sake that they have of this character. And if they had I'm assuming if it's campaign, if it's item you get for the job in the inventory, you can put them in that keepsake box basically, which is kind of interesting, because then you can also make a, yeah, what did I say that? Oh, my words are fumbling and I forget words right now. It's so annoying. Yeah, it was like a time capsule of this person as well, kept in this little box. That could be cute. And then there's also room for putting like an item on the floor and an extra item on the table and stuff like that. I really like that fact. And also, now I haven't made anything here, but next to the room here, where it's dark, basically, you could put a little extra hidden room in there. In case one of your Sims happen to be a vampire and have to keep themselves underground during daylight. Because some of them are not very good with daylight. I had a Sim dying from daylight without realizing they were exposed to it. Because you basically are not allowed to, even in just rooms where there are windows, they are not happy about the sunlight. Oh, goodness gracious. That was a troublesome playthrough, I tell you that. But also, just a little quirky notch, is that it could also be... Okay, this is bad, but follow me here. It could also be a little room for... Is it fishing juice? It's called basically wine depository. A wine cellar where you can make wine, because if it's European culture style, which I have made it, mostly, except for the two other types of candles, which I really find was really cool that there are multiple cultures accepted into it. You can basically, with the European cultures, you know, if you go to altar some days, you get wine. So wine cellar it is. And then I'm assuming you can also store the wine down here as well. So basically there's multiple options that you can do with it. And I only made 2 mausoleum rooms to make examples how you can do it. If it's just a singular mother with kids or a married couple and stuff like that. It's just different things that you can do. Also a single father could also be it. But it's just rarely that they bear children. Unless aliens came by. Anywho. This was actually about just it. I just wanted really much to show you guys this build and see if anyone could be interested in it, because I was thinking about adding it to the what was it called, the online one? Is it just the online gallery? Yeah. And probably make some hashtags that it makes it easier to find. Example-wise, hashtag Wolfsbane Manor or anything of the sort. But I don't know yet. But I would like to hear if people were interested in it, or else I'll just keep it for myself. You can also build it if you want. It just takes time. It took a day. So yeah. Anyway, with this update and this little show off, that actually made me really happy. I thank you guys for watching, and until the next video, which I don't know when is when. I just really felt like recording today, so that's what I did. So until the next video, take care and have a fantastic day.